There are common misperceptions about long-term care for the elderly. Many view these facilities as sad, gloomy places that people go to die. But our guest this morning has spent a lot of time in those homes, says no way, that is absolutely not true. This is Anthony Cirillo, and his life's work is to entertain seniors and let the rest of us know that things are okay even when we do get older.
Absolutely.
In fact, you've written a book, Who Moved My Dentures? I guess you can't eat the cheese without the dentures, right? Anyway, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
And you have a background in healthcare. Tell me how you got interested in elderly issues.
Well, I'm a healthcare marketing and PR person, so I used to work in hospitals, and I still consult with hospitals in that area. But I've also been a lifelong entertainer. Before I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, I was in bands, but they were two parallel tracks that never collided. And when I was working in hospitals, we had an adult medical daycare center, and they said, come and entertain. And I went. And I said, wow, this is kind of nice. And they said, well, there's a whole world of these places out there you probably don't even know. And being the marketing person, I put my hat on, looked at the demographics, and said, well, yeah, there is. And so it went from being kind of a side thing to make some money to turning an avocation for singing into an advocacy for older adults.
So what kinds of things do you do to entertain people in these
Well,
facilities?
it's actually kind of comical. I do continuing care, assisted living, nursing homes, and things like that. Last night I was at the MBA Cyprus for their independent living part, but it's very interactive. I'm a singer. I think God's blessed me with a pretty decent voice, but I'm very interactive, and so I tell them it's my July program where everything has to do with July, but you won't know it until I explain it to you, and I'll say, well, July, what happens? It's hot out. Where do you want to go? And they say the beach. And so when you want to go to the beach and you go in the water, what do you have to watch out for? Well, sharks. And then I'll do Mac the Knife, that kind of thing. So it's very weird song segues and transitions. Or I'll say, what do you like to eat in the summer? Chicken. We had them doing the chicken dance yesterday.
And how do they respond?
They absolutely love it. And that's part of the fulfillment for me, but also I can see the difference I make immediately with them. And then people leave the show, and especially in the nursing facilities, somebody will come up and say, Mom or Dad hasn't spoken in months, and they just sang your whole program for you. How can you get better fulfillment than that?
And for you, that is indeed
better than anything else.
What do you think the rest of us need to know about the people living in these facilities?
Well, they're still living their lives. I mean, that's one of the first myths I bring up in the book is that, people think nursing homes are places you go to die. They may be the last place you live, but the emphasis is on live. They're still living quality lives, and I think people need to know that. People are living quality lives. It's another chapter in their life, and I worried about a wonderful person in there named Jean in the first chapter, and she's at a continuing care community in the nursing facility, and she said it's given her a second life. She participates in activities. She's done things she's never done before. She's been in commercials for the facility. I mean, things that just changed her life, and you think people go here to just languish and die.
And how has this helped your life and your thoughts for the future, personally?
Well, I just think it tells a lot about just what you should be looking at, when you're growing older, that life continues, and you should continue to socialize and make friends, and you should always continue to have lifelong learning and be involved in things, because it keeps you alive, and that's what these people are doing in these facilities. So I think there's lots of lessons for us, too.
And you're helping them do that. Anthony Cirillo, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with your career and your life's work, doing a lot of good out there. If you want to pick up a copy of Anthony's book, Who Moved My Dentures, or just contact Anthony, you can log on to anthonysong.com, and you said you are for hire for different situations
Certainly.
and homes. Okay. Well, Anthony, thanks so much.